What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. You guys know the deal. I'm Patrick Hennessy. Let's talk about some Yankees baseball. First act of the evening, actually, we got to change the color of the chat to black as usual. Because you guys know the deal. After I stream on Twitch, I got to change the color to white, and I always forget to change it back to black for the Yankees streams. But how's everyone doing tonight? Appreciate everyone for stopping by. Darren O'Day's a Yankee. We got that right. What was it? 1 year, $2.5 million. Listen, I don't hate it. He was solid last year with Atlanta. I think he had he went 4-0 with a 1.1 ERA. Solid stuff. I think he is an upgrade over Adam Ottavino. Definitely after Ottavino's putrid season last year. But I still think that the Yankees could still use more bullpen help. O'Day's 38 years old. I think if they want to get a guy like Trevor Rosenthal or like a Shane Green still at this point, maybe it's possible. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But I think the Darren O'Day, that's a tongue twister. The Darren O'Day deal is awesome. You only give up $2.5 million. There's not much of a risk here. It's just like the typical move that we've seen all offseason from the Yankees. Low risk, high reward. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about the O'Day deal. And let me look at some comments. I like the O'Day deal, but let's get some lefties instead of always getting righties. I think the Yankees were in need of a right-handed reliever, especially after trading Ottavino. Because, listen, right now, before O'Day, all they really had as a righty out of the bullpen was Chad Green. Unless you want to talk about Nick Nelson or Krisky or Loaizaga, Green was the only reliable right-handed arm. So I think Darren O'Day is a perfect fit in that bullpen. Next, they re-sign and bring back Gardner. I hope not, but I can see it happening very soon. Yo, what's up, Swainer? How we doing? What's up, CJ? What is up, Food Tie? What's up, Jake? We got the whole crew here tonight. In my opinion, they signed David Robertson and Shane Green. I could definitely see Shane Robinson. Who remembers Shane Robinson? I was going to say I could definitely see David Robertson happening, only because that's another guy. I mean, he might get $1 million because he's another one who hasn't pitched in 2 years. I don't know what they're going to be expecting out of him. I don't know. Darren O'Day is better than Otto with a godly signing. Ryan, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Also, I watched your video. I forgot which one it was, but you either released it today or yesterday or something. Solid stuff, bro. Keep it up. Are you going live on Twitch tonight? I don't know. Should I? Chat, let me know if I should go live on Twitch tonight. I didn't go live last night, but if you guys want me to go live tonight, I will. Let me know. What's up, Pete? How we doing tonight, my man? Trevor Rosenthal, I think he goes back to the Padres or signs with the Braves. It's possible. Listen, I think the door's wide open for Trevor Rosenthal. There's a ton of options as far as he goes. Every team's kind of looking for a bullpen help at the moment. So he might even get a multi-year deal somewhere, to be honest. What is the Yankees' next move? Good question, Anthony Barker. Any relation to Travis? No. Yankees' next move. Before this, I did say that they were going to go after a reliever, but now I guess Brett Gardner, right? I'm assuming Brett Gardner's next. I kind of drew a conclusion that regardless of what we say, Brett Gardner's coming back to the Yankees this year. So I guess we just have to wait and see for that to happen, right? Do you know the fighter Ryan Garcia? Yes, I do. That we had that joke with Ryan a few months back. Good stuff. Ryan Garcia, listen, I think I might be able to knock out Ryan Garcia. Just saying. Listen, I got hands. You know what? If he beats Manny Pacquiao, though, that's huge. The dude's, unreal. I remember I went to my friend's house for the McGregor fight, and after we were just, watching Ryan Garcia, highlights. The kid is unreal. If put him on the Yankees, bro. Oh, Ryan, you're dropping people right now in boxing? Makes sense. That guy can flick someone and knock him out. Bro, he's just so fast. Imagine, Tyler Austin, but fast. Tyler Austin got hands. He's got hands. You guys know it. But, yeah, back to O'Day. Let's see. He's 38. He went 4-0 last year with a 1.1 ERA in 16 innings over 19 games with Atlanta. He became a free agent because Atlanta denied his $3.25 million option. That's actually surprising because after having such a good year with them, I would have assumed they would be willing to give him $3 million. The Yankees gave him 2.5. So, I mean, he only lost out on a little bit of money compared to what his option was. But listen, I don't think anybody in the chat can kind of disagree that this would be a bad move. There's no such thing as a bad 1 year, $2.5 million deal. It's just not possible. It's definitely an upgrade, Joe. It's definitely an upgrade. Especially identifying what we got from Adam Ottavino last year. Can't get any worse than that. And we also lost all the Ottavino money too. I think he was making like $8 million. You sign O'Day for 2.5. I'm no mathematician. I was gonna say mathematician, but that's not right. Mathematician. That's $5.5 million. You save yourself $5.5 million. I know, quick math. Shout out to me in the chat. I think Gardner will be re-signed in another reliever. I wouldn't hate another reliever. I think it's definitely possible. It's just I don't know how much money the Yankees would still want to spend on relief, but I definitely do think they need another reliever for sure. Maybe bring back Robertson too. I'm assuming you mean David Robertson. Yeah, I would definitely do that. But then again, you're not going to be like relying on him to be a crucial part of your bullpen. Like I said, 1 year, $1 million. Bring back D-Rob for the third time. Just like Adam Warren. Adam Warren's back for like the 15th time. Who gets off the 40-man? Listen, you're asking the wrong guy. I have no idea. But the Yankees did finally announce the Kluber and LeMahieu acquisitions today, so that's huge. I mean, it's more of like a technicality, but still huge. Do you think Clark Schmidt, Albert Abreu, Domingo Germán gets it done to get Germán Marquez from the Rockies? If too much, who would you add or take away from the trade? I think it might be too much. You might be... I just wouldn't want to give up that much pitching. Joe, shout out to you for liking the stream, my man. I just wouldn't want to give up like 3 young pitchers. If we're talking like Schmidt and then like Wade and like a couple other like offense prospects, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I think I would be opposed to that only because like you're giving up Schmidt, Abreu, and Germán for one pitcher. I hope Bauer signs with the Mets for $34 million over 4 years, so then they can't spend for Lindor or Conforto. And Bauer's very up and down, unproven. I think he'll pitch horrible this next year. It depends. It really does depend. I know I saw that the Mets are the favorite right now. Shout out to you, Kasem. I think that's how I pronounce your name. Sorry if I butchered it. But yeah, I think the Mets are the favorite right now to get Bauer. I know Bob Nightingale reported like they offered him like a historic contract, but then I think Heyman came out and said it's not true. Just typical offseason stuff. You guys know how it goes. But MLB just announced Gio is top 10 third baseman in the game. Not surprised. Not shocked at all. Sorry, I'm just checking the Unhinged chat really quick. They're going off as usual. But apparently Jeff Passan said on the Pat McAfee show today that he's going to be back next week with like a groundbreaking story or something. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Now, maybe it's like a Yankees letter thing. Maybe it's a thing that like spring training's not going to start on time. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Yankees have incredible starting depth. I'm so excited. You know what, Ryan? This offseason has really turned around for the better. I know like a few weeks ago, even before DJ and Kluber, we were sitting here like, bro, what are the Yankees doing, right? And now all of a sudden, after Kluber, after LeMahieu, after Tyone, after Darren O'Day, after trading away Otto, things are looking up. Things are looking up. You got to go through the rain to get the rainbow. Got to go through the rain to get the rainbow. Quote that, dash Patrick Hennessy. Let's go. Hey, Pat, just logged in. Amir Garrett. I would love Amir Garrett. I don't know what it would take to get him. Probably like a similar package to what you would get like Germán Marquez for, maybe. But then again, there were reports that like the Reds aren't even interested in trading him, so I have no idea. I don't think it's a Yankee scandal because we strike out so much that it can't be us. But that's my thing, bro. Like, imagine the Yankees were still cheating and they still lost. Like, I would be heartbroken, dude. Shout out to Susan. Oh, not Susan. Surrey R. Martinez for liking the stream. Sorry for calling you Susan. First thing that popped into my head. But yeah, bro, if the Yankees were actually cheating and they still sucked that bad, like, that's pathetic. Do we need to create more room still for 40-man? Maybe. Maybe one spot. I'm not too sure. I really like O'Day. Wasn't thinking about him when I was thinking about bullpen help. But great choice. His sidearmer, I feel like. Yeah, I agree. When was the last time the Yankees had a sidearm pitcher? Last one that I could think of was Mike Myers. Who remembers him? He was on like the 2007 Yankees, maybe. Mike Myers Yankees. Yeah, he was a lefty sidearmer. He was on the 2006 and 2007 Yankees. Listen, I'm like a baseball almanac. Yo, get ready for Unhinged Trivia tomorrow night, by the way. I'm returning as a contestant, and I'm winning. So, just saying. Just putting that one out there tomorrow, 9 p.m. All the people worried about the passing warning are paranoid. It's about the owners and MLBPA negotiations. You are paranoid? Listen, bro, I'm just trying to be a realist here. Once I hear, like, scandal and breaking news, I always just assume it's the Yankees related. Maybe I'm just scarred from the past. I don't know. If you were to give up these 3 young pitchers, who would you add from the Rockies to the Marquez trade? Who else do the Rockies even have of value? Like, you're not going to get Trevor Story, right? You would have to give up a lot more. You're not going to get Arenado. I don't want John Gray. So, like, who else do the Rockies even have to offer, you know? I'm okay with Gardy, but I'd like to unload some of the outfield depth. You agree? No. Only because we've seen in the past, like, how desperate the Yankees outfield gets, like, when they have all of these injuries. And you're not going to bank on Hicks being healthy all season. You're not going to bank on Judge being healthy all season. So, therefore, you need a ton of outfield depth. Don't be surprised if you do see, like, Greg Allen playing in some games this year, especially if they have the same amount of injuries as they usually do. Expect to see Greg Allen this year. Would you rather Marquez, Marco Gonzalez, Hendricks, with the budget being in effect? Well, obviously, I would prefer Hendricks. But in the grand scheme of things, I think the Yankees are done with the starting rotation. Looking at it now, I mean, without Sevy, you got Cole, Kluber, Tyone, Montgomery, Devi. And then you also got, like, Herman as depth. You got King as depth. You got a few options. And then once Sevy comes back, like, it changes everything. You're able to move either Monty or Devi to the bullpen, or you could even move Sevy to the bullpen. It's definitely an option. It's not like we haven't seen him there before. I was talking about that with Kyle last night, actually. And he said it just makes too much sense. And it definitely seems like something that the Yankees would do, for sure. I feel like this was a good move because if you consistently only have hard-throwing relievers, yes, they'll eventually catch up to it. Look at the Rays, for example, some finesse arms and some hard throwers, yes. Especially in a playoff series, it's not that likely where a team is going to be, like, fooled when they see the same 100-mile-an-hour relievers every night. They're going to figure them out eventually, and that's kind of what tore the Yankees apart in the 2019 ALCS against the Astros when they just had to keep using their bullpen so much. The Astros figured them out in a matter of, like, 3 games. Would you trade Chapman for another starter? No. Only because I don't think Chapman's available. I don't know who you would even be able to get for him, and I just don't see Chapman being traded at all. Hater talk starting up again. Is this possible for us? It's possible. Listen, you guys know the deal. I'm always gonna say this when it comes to, like, trade targets. It's possible, but I'm gonna say the likelihood is very low. Only because, like, the Yankees don't usually pull off, like, massive trades like this where they have to give up big pieces of the farm system. They just don't. I mean, I can't really remember the last one where they had to give up significant prospects. Maybe, like, Sonny Gray? The Sonny Gray deal? Maybe. Tanaka just signed for 1 year, $7.7 million. Is that true? Where's that reported? You guys troll me too much on here. I don't see anything on Twitter about it. If you guys trolling me, I'm getting off right now. Right now. Masahiro. He has been signed, Pat. You didn't know? What are you guys talking about? It's true. All right, so tell me, like, who on Twitter reported that? Because I saw yesterday that, like, it was reported that he's very likely going back to Japan. But as far as I'm concerned, like, he didn't sign a contract yet. Like, but in all likelihood, he is going back to Japan. I didn't see anything about a contract being signed. If anybody could link me a tweet, I'd be glad, because I have not seen anything. I talked about it with Kyle last night. I don't know who watched the live stream last night, but as far as I'm concerned, there was no official signing. Can Chapman be traded straight up for Hader? And would you do it? I would do it. I don't think the Brewers would. I don't think so, but I would definitely do it. Amir Garrett would be nice. I agree. I definitely agree. But that's not enough to get us in the playoffs. We need another starting pitcher. Maybe at the trade deadline, but I think for now the Yankees are done. Yanks posted a thing. Thank you, Tanaka. 800 million yen? The hell does that mean? I saw it on Insta. Tanaka went back to Japan 1,000%. How didn't you know? I mean, I knew he was going back to Japan. I just didn't know a contract was signed already. Yo, shout out Derek liking the stream. Appreciate you, my man. But listen, everyone's bashing me for this whole Tanaka thing. Like, I still don't think a contract signed. Call me crazy. Call me a non-believer. I don't think there's a contract signed. I do know he's going back to Japan. I know that was reported. But I did not see anything about a contract being signed. Just saying. We may need another reliever and a left-hand bat. Left-handed bat, sure. But the only left-handed bat I could think of is, like, Brett Gardner. That's the only one I could think of at this point. Unless, like, they're going to go for Jock Peterson. But that doesn't really make sense at this point. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I would have loved Michael Brantley, though. I would have loved Brantley, bro. The only issue is, like, I don't think the Yankees had space for him. Especially with Clinton left and Hicks in center, Judge in right. It's like, where do you play Michael Brantley? Especially with Stanton having DH locked up, too. Brutal. It hasn't been officially announced. He actually signed $7.7 million. I mean, like, everyone has different thoughts in the chat. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, people? We missed out on Tommy La Stella. Yes. He went to the Padres, right? I could be wrong. I think he signed with the Padres. Oh, the Giants. The Giants. That's right. That's right. He signed with the Giants because the Giants signed Wood, La Stella, and Gossman. 3 guys who I wanted the Yankees to sign, so the Giants got them all. Maybe there'll be options at the trade deadline. Who knows? Derek, you called O'Day at last trade deadline. I really wanted O'Day at the last trade deadline. Did I know you at the time? Maybe. I think we did like a trade deadline special. Maybe. I don't know if O'Day was like one of your scenarios, but I really wanted O'Day too. I thought he would have been like super cheap. Nomar Mazara is a good lefty option. Is he a free agent, Nomar Mazara? I know he was on the White Sox last year. I don't know if he's a free agent now, though. Over under 60 home runs combined, Judge and Stanton. Oof. I mean, that all depends on health. I'm assuming if they're both healthy next season, that it's going to be over for sure. But listen, I guess the question is more so just like banking on their health. I'm going to go the optimistic route, and I'm going to say yes. They're both going to be healthy, so therefore they're going to have the over. I see everywhere Tanaka signed in Japan. You know what, CJ? I don't know, okay? I have no idea. Yeah, he is a free agent. Don't we need a trade to free up space? I don't think so. I'm one of these people who I don't pay attention to, like, the roster spots and everything because, like, it has no impact on my life. So I don't, like, I know everything's just going to get solved eventually, like, with the Yankees front office or whatever. So, honestly, I have no idea. No idea what the roster spot situation currently is. Pirates are trading everyone. Might as well look at Polanco. Thoughts? I think Polanco could be an awesome option. But I think if the Yankees were interested in getting Polanco, it would have happened with the Tyone trade. I feel like they're not going to make a separate deal with the Pirates now for Polanco. If they were actually interested, he would have been worked into the Tyone trade for sure. We need another starter and a reliever. A lot of people keep saying starter. The only way I would get another starter is if it's like a solidified guy, like a Luis Castillo or like a Kyle Hendricks. I'm not going to go out and like lose my mind over like Taijuan Walker, because then that means like Devi Garcia is not going to be in the rotation or Jordan Montgomery's not going to be in the rotation. Those are two guys that I think deserve spots. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Trade Chapman for another starting pitcher. Oh, didn't we just go over this? I don't think that's happening. Chapman is definitely not being traded, like at all. Listen. If Aroldis Chapman is traded this offseason, I'll come on live and dump a bottle of water on my head, because it's just not happening. Bomb Beats. What's up, Ben? Higashioka. Boom, boom, boom. I can't wait for the season to start again, so anytime Higashioka hits home run, I'll play your song. Love it. Love every second of it. Switch Britton and Chapman. Yeah, that's actually something that I spoke about before. I think it's a logical idea if you want to alternate Chapman and Britton between the closer role. Something that couldn't hurt. Why do you think the Jays picked up Semien to play short? Do you think they might ship Bichette to get Luis Castillo? No, I think they brought on Semien to play third base. No, because Vlad's at first, and Rowdy Tellez is going to be a DH, right? So I mean that has third base open for Semien. Looks like Tanaka is nearing signing in Japan, but nothing finalized. I just checked. Thank you, Jonathan, because that's exactly what I saw as well. He's nearing signing in Japan. There's no finalized contract. Doesn't mean he's not going to Japan, but he definitely is, but nothing's finalized. I'm sure we talked about this. Is Tyone number 2 or is Kluber? Danny, I'm going to say number 2 currently is Kluber. Obviously that could change as the season goes on and health is taken into account and stats are taken into account. But I think going into the year, Cole's your 1, Kluber's your 2, and Tyone's your 3. Biggio plays third? I thought Biggio played second. Why did I think Biggio played second? I don't know. Did he really play third last year? Kevin Biggio. Interesting. Looks like he played all over last year, but he played primarily at second base. So he played second, right, third, center, but most of his games were at second base. So listen, I don't know how the Blue Jays are going to do it. I don't know if they're going to play him at third, play him at second. I have no idea, but it couldn't hurt to alternate them. I have no idea. I meant a good starter behind Cole, like Bauer, Hendricks, or Castillo. Bauer, very likely not happening. Castillo, very likely not happening. Hendricks would probably be the most likely of the bunch, and even him, I would say the possibility is very low. I could have sworn they already signed Tanaka when everyone on Instagram was saying thank you, Tanaka. Yeah, CJ, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Biggio came up as a second baseman, but he spent some time at third. The plan is for him to play it this year currently. Makes sense. Yeah, Biggio plays everywhere. I like Kevin Biggio. I don't know which one of you guys used to watch our Twitch streams from a month ago when I used to stream MLB every night. But we were facing the Rays because Kevin Biggio was on the Rays. And this dude hit 2 grand slams off of Garrett Cole. What? What? I was pissed. Absolutely livid. I should start playing MLB again. Usually now I just play GTA or Warzone with my friends. Or I just chat, bring guests over. I don't know. Whatever you guys like me to do on Twitch. Who's your option now that Lestella's off the board? I guess Tyler Wade is that guy for the Yankees, right? I mean, he's that utility guy who's got speed. Can't hit, though. He's no Tommy Listella. But the Yankees are going to use Tyler Wade in that role. I really like what the Yankees have done recently. Just wish we had a strong lefty bat to break up all of our righties. I would love that as well. Jonathan. The only issue is there's not really any good lefty bats on the free agent market right now. That's why I think they're just probably going to end up with Gardner. I still don't think the Jays won't be great because of horrible starting pitching and bullpen. However, everything can change if they sign Bauer or trade for Hendricks, because we did see rumors that they were interested in trading for Hendricks and or Bryant. I'm assuming now that they got Semien, Bryant is kind of out of the question, but Hendricks wouldn't be out of the question for them just yet. Just saying. What about trying to package Hendricks with Ian Happ, swap out some contracts? I mean, it's possible. But like I said, I think the Yankees are done with their starting rotation. I think if they do make another deal for a pitcher, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it'll be at the trade deadline. I just don't see another deal happening for a starting pitcher this offseason. We need to link you more YouTube videos for you to watch like we did that one time. Yeah, you guys could link me videos at any time. I'll definitely watch them for sure. Jock Peterson? Yeah, Jock Peterson's an option. Yeah. But I don't think it's very likely at all. Jay's bullpen is pretty good. It's decent. I would definitely say the Yankees bullpen is much better. For sure. What's going on, Anthony? How we doing tonight? What's going on, dude? I still want Rosenthal or Green. So do I, Johnny. I don't know. How much money do the Yankees have to play with now? After O'Day, I think they have, $8 million? Could you guys imagine if, Gardner gets an $8 million deal and then that's it? Salary done. I'd probably cry myself to sleep. For every night for the next week, I'd wake up with tears on my pillow. Tears on my pillow. Like more water than the Hudson River. Pat, I have a feeling Ninja Cash has a big surprise up his sleeve. I don't know. He gave us a few surprises. If you want to consider Kluber a surprise or Tyone a surprise. I don't know if they have anything else. We're approaching February. Maybe the Yankees can pull off some February steal. I have no idea. I would love Hendricks. I would love Rosenthal. Get me any of those guys. I'll be thrilled. If Nationals flop, maybe Scherzer at the deadline. Maybe. How many years does Max Scherzer have left on his deal? I mean, what an awesome contract, by the way, too. Such an underrated deal. Oh, this is the last year of his deal. So, bro, honestly, if the Nationals do fall apart by the trade deadline, it's possible. But he's making a lot of money, though. The Nationals would probably just eat the contract. I have no idea. Oh, no, I'm playing MLB The Show, and Castillo just got traded to the Giants for Bishop and Will Wilson, whoever that is. MLB The Show really needs to fix their trade system, because some of the trades that happen on there are just so unrealistic. I wanted an upgrade to the bullpen. Yeah, so did I. I thought they needed another right-hander even before the Ottavino trade. How do you feel about the 2021 Padres? I think the 2021 Padres are going to be ridiculous. They were awesome in 2020, and now adding on Darvish and Snell. And didn't they get one more starter too? Darvish, Snell. Maybe I'm thinking that they already got Clevenger last offseason, but he is going to be out. But still, their rotation's nasty. They could use, some more help in the bullpen. If they sign back Rosenthal, that would be huge. But, I mean, that lineup is deadly. I think the Padres could give the Dodgers a run for their money in the NL West this year. Is this the year Gary Sanchez becomes a reliable player, or are we in for another year of a 200 average with 15 to... Oh, Musgrove. That's right. You guys are right. I knew they got one more. Yeah, so that rotation's stacked. Yeah, listen, Jonathan, I hope that since it's one of those odd years for Gary Sanchez... Is it odd or even? Yeah, it's an odd year. So I think Gary Sanchez usually does good in odd years. He usually has a cycle. Bad year, good year. Bad year, good year. Bad year, good year. Right? So I'm hoping that he has a bounce back year. There's no way he could get any worse, right? Right? I don't think there's any way he could get worse. I have no idea. Scherzer has a no trade clause, doesn't he? Does he now? Max Scherzer. You guys think, I mean, I could see him waiving the no trade clause, though. So it looks here, Scherzer didn't get a no trade clause in his contract at the end of the season. If the Nats want to trade him, their best chance would be in the next 6 weeks. This was last year, too. So he doesn't have a no trade clause, but I could definitely see him wanting to come to the Yankees at the deadline if like the Nats are so out of it and the Yankees are contending. I don't see why not. Chris Archer stuff would play in a reliever role. You think, Isaac? You think? I don't know. I don't necessarily want Chris Archer. I don't know. Giovanni Gallegos is a stud in St. Louis. Wish we would have given up someone else for Voit, an elite top 10 reliever now. Is Gallegos really a top 10 reliever? Is he that good? I knew he was like pretty decent with St. Louis, but I didn't know that he was like that good. He had a 3.6 ERA last year in 16 games. I don't know if I'd say top 10. But he's a pretty solid arm. But we got Voit in return, like a top 3 MVP candidate. So it's like you got to give something to get some sometimes, you know. We might need another catcher. Sanchez has been injured a lot more over the past few years. I've said it. This is probably Gary's last year to prove himself. If Gary has a down year, expect the Yankees to move on to the catcher position. I don't know if Higgy will be that guy. I don't know what catchers are free agents next season. That would be the 2022 MLB free agents. Wow, Arenado's a free agent at the end of the year? I didn't know that. So, 2022 catcher. Who we got? Buster Posey, Sal Perez, Travis d'Arnaud, Yan Gomes, Christian Vasquez, Tucker Barnhart, Martin Maldonado. I mean, Roberto Perez. There's definitely options next year in the catcher free agent class. It just depends on how Gary does this year. But the Yankees definitely have options next offseason if they do want to move from him. Do you think Taijuan will be healthy with his new pitching? I hope so. Kevin. He looks smooth with the delivery, like a short arm, you know what I mean? I hope he stays healthy because that would be huge for the Yankees. Sanchez hits 235 with 30 home runs, big success and totally possible. Listen, if Gary hit 235 with 30 home runs, I think we'd all be ecstatic. There's no way you could be angry about that. Unless they fast-tracked Austin Wells, doubt it. I like Austin Wells. Me and Derek did a podcast where we examined Wells and Siegler. I really like Wells. I think he's an awesome option. A lot of like scouts compared him to like a Kyle Schwarber with like Bryce Harper athleticism and like mentality. The dude's a beast. I don't know if the Yankees want to fast track him. I think it depends on what happens in the minor leagues this year, but we'll have to wait and see on that. I'm kind of high on Wells. I didn't like him that much at the time of the draft, but he's grown on me. I was never high on Siegler. Yes, I'm more high on Wells than I am on Siegler. Gary should hit 40. Bro, if Gary hits 40, I'll dump water on my head. Like, I'll be thrilled. Do you think there's any way we could pry Jack Flaherty away from the Cards? He's got great stuff. He's a low salary. There's no chance they're trading Jack Flaherty. No chance. And if they do, they would... You definitely have to give up Glaber. That's the only way. Hopefully Stan and Judge stay healthy. Yes, that's the key. If Stan and Judge stay healthy, we're looking at a potential World Series team. Easily. I like that Darren O'Day, but he's 38 years old, so you have to be a little bit concerned, I guess. But it's not like he relies on velocity, so I don't think age is really that much of a significant factor when it comes to him. It's more of just him staying healthy, I guess. That's really it. Vernon Wells. Did you say that because of Austin Wells? Who remembers Vernon Wells on the Yankees? Quality guy. Flaherty would take a haul and then some. And then some more. I also like Josh Smith, a DJ type player, and Josh Bro, another power hitting catcher. Yeah, the Yankees are stacked when it comes to catchers. I don't know if they did that purposely in anticipation that Gary's going to leave. I don't know. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Besides, Flaherty probably signs in LA when he's a free agent. I have no idea. I think we're a while away from Jack Flaherty becoming a free agent. Love you. CJ, I have no idea what you're saying, bro. Wasn't that in 2013? What was 2013? Vernon Wells? Yeah, Vernon Wells was on the Yankees in 2013, if that's what you're talking about. Wish we didn't ditch the old stadium and renovate it. Think of all the Yankee greats who played there. It was breaking down, so renovated. It felt like a ballpark, not a luxury building. I agree. I only went to the old Yankee Stadium once. I was like 7, but I do remember it being a much nicer place. It felt like a baseball stadium. But listen, I think the new Yankee Stadium gets a lot more hate than it actually deserves. I love new Yankee Stadium. I love the open atmosphere of it. You could basically see the field even like when you're on like concession lines or whatever. So yeah, I think the new Yankee Stadium gets a lot of hate. It does seem like a luxury building, but like that's what the Yankees were going for. They were looking for like a fun like tourist attraction, not like a old school baseball stadium, you know? Vernon Wells and Lyle Overbay were goats on the Yankees. They were. Sanchez bounce back player of the year. Possible. It's very possible. Do you think the Yankees will be able to beat the White Sox in a 7-game series right now? Right now, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go on the record of saying hell yeah. I think the Yankees could beat any team in a 7-game series right now. I don't think that's a hot take. I would say the Yankees are the favorite in the American League. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Do you think Chapman will be a 9th inning guy or leave it to Britton and give him the 8th? I think that Chapman's going to be the 9th inning guy. But I do think if Chapman struggles, then Britton will take over. Or they'll just alternate or something. Opinions on Bonds, Clemens, and Schilling, and other steroid users, and Pete Rose. That's a really good question, actually, because I don't think we touched on this on a live or a podcast yet. But, so, my opinion on it is I think all those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame. Kurt Schilling should be in the Hall of Fame. And Pete Rose, without a doubt, should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Bonds and Clemens, like, they get knocked on for steroids. Meanwhile, you got a couple guys in the Hall already who are reported to have taken steroids. You got Piazza, you got Pudge, and I don't know. I think you got to put A-Rod in there too. I think it's brutal leaving Schilling out just because he says like outlandish things after retirement. I don't think that should be taken into account whatsoever. Like when you vote for a player's Hall of Fame ballot, you shouldn't really be taking into account what they post on Twitter 20 years after they retire. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's a shame. Same way I think it's going to be a shame if Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens don't ever get elected to Hall of Fame because they deserve it, regardless of their steroid use. Wow. The Mets traded Steven Matz to the Blue Jays? We got breaking news here. Just got an alert from Jeff Passan. The Mets are getting 3 prospects in return. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't like relievers being set to certain innings. It should be situational. I agree, Ben. I agree. Trevor Rosenthal, how much you think it would be? I have no idea, bro. Probably like, I think he might get multi-years. Maybe like 2 years, like 20 million. Maybe that's too much for Rosenthal. I don't know. I'm just throwing that number out there. That's so funny how we were just G-Man, you were talking about Mats earlier in the stream. Listen, I would say that's kind of good news for the Yankees. I think it's better off the Blue Jays get a guy like Steven Matz over a guy like Kyle Hendricks or even like a Trevor Bauer. I think that kind of like puts the Blue Jays out of contention for Kyle Hendricks. I mean, they gave up 3 prospects for Steven Matz. I'm assuming they're not very good ones. No idea. We need to get Donovan Solano. I think we trade Andujar and Gio. Let DJ play third base. Let Solano play second. I really like Solano. I wanted the Yankees to trade for him last year's trade deadline. But, I don't know. I wouldn't give up Gio and Andujar for him, though. Matz is a bum. We don't want him. Yeah, I don't want Matz. The Blue Jays could have him. You're in Queens? Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Queens. If you had to get rid of a few players for cap space in the 40-man roster, who'd you trade? I would trade Brett Gardner. No, I'm playing. Who would I trade? I don't know. One of like the minor league guys who's on the 40-man. That's not really gonna make an impact on the team. What will the Yankees do now with Darren O'Day now that he's on our team? What inning will he pitch? I'm assuming he's gonna be taking like the Adam Ottavino role, just maybe like the 6th or the 7th, or basically situational whenever they need him. Trevor Bauer's agent is in LA right now. Does that mean we hit the panic button? What does that mean? Aren't they always in LA? What should we do for Miguel Andujar? He isn't even the backup. I wish I knew what to tell you. I mean, like, Andujar, they tried him in left. That was such a disastrous scenario. No clue. I don't know what his trade value even is at this point. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. I genuinely have no idea what the future holds for Andujar. Oh, you're in Queens too? Yo, thank you for watching the content, bro. Appreciate you. Schilling not getting in because of his political views is bad for baseball. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think political views should be taken into account for Hall of Fame voting, regardless. Like, I think it's stupid. I feel bad for Andujar. I don't, only because, like, his defense sucks. And, like, if he actually was good defensively, the Yankees would never trade for Gio in the first place. Just saying. I was joking. I would not trade for. Thank God, bro. If you would have traded Gio and Andujar for Solano, we would have had an issue. But I do like Solano, though. I do like Solano. What do you think about Jock Peterson going to the Giants about potential fit? Are you saying, like, potentially going to the Giants? I guess it could be a fit for them, going from the Dodgers to the Giants. I don't know. Since Bauer's most likely not going to the Yankees, would you want him to go to another NL playoff contender like the Braves? I didn't really think about the Braves, to be honest. I think that's a possibility, maybe. Depends on how much money they have, but I guess I just don't want him in the American League. If he could go to the National League, that would be great. If Mets sign Bauer, then I'll laugh because they won't be able to sign any of their young guys like Lindor. Yeah, honestly, do we think the Steven Matz trade kind of signals the Mets feel like they have Bauer? Because why else would they be trading Matz? Like, I'm assuming he would have been a part of their rotation, unless they feel like Bauer's replacing Matz in the rotation. I don't know. But can you imagine, like, this offseason, the Mets land Bauer, Carrasco, Lindor, McCann, Trevor May. Who else did they get? They got a shit ton of guys. Are there any good infield utility players left on free agency? I don't think so. I think Tommy Lassell was like the last one. Who do you think Trevor Bauer is signing with? Now I think the Mets. I mean, especially after the Mets trade. I know the Mets were the favorites for him even before the Mets trade, but like I just said before, I don't think the Mets would have traded Mats unless they really thought they were going to get Bauer. DeGrom, Stroman, Carrasco, Peterson, Syndergaard, and I think they have one more starter. Yeah, but can you imagine DeGrom, Bauer, Stroman, Carrasco, Syndergaard? Like, bro, what? We're talking DeGrom. We're talking Bauer. We're talking Stroman, Carrasco, Syndergaard, your five. Damn, that's filthy. And add that on to a great offense. Maybe they could upgrade the bullpen a little bit at the deadline or something, but that team would be filthy. Yeah, they got Aaron Loop and Joey Lucchesi. Yeah, they did. Keller just signed with the Cardinals. Check it. CJ, if this is more fake news, I'm actually getting off stream. I don't see anything about Keller signing with the Cardinals, bro. Nothing. Bro, what? Why do you keep saying this stuff? I'm wasting my time. Gardner's a better center fielder than Jock. It's possible. Marwin Gonzalez is still available for utility guy. Yeah, I forgot about Marwin Gonzalez. I did forget about Marwin Gonzalez. He's out there. He's an option. He's a switch hitter too, so I think he could make sense for the Yankees. If the Mets get Bauer, do you think they will make the playoffs? Oh, 100%. 100%. I think the Mets are going to make the playoffs now, even if they don't sign Bauer. I think right now they would be like neck and neck for the Braves, for the division league. I guess it depends. Bro, if they get Bauer, I would put them as like easy division favorites. Well, I guess the stream is over now. What do I keep on saying? CJ, first you said Tanaka officially signed a contract in Japan. Didn't happen. Then you're telling me that Keone Kela signed with the Cardinals. That didn't happen. Like, where are you just grabbing this stuff from? I don't get it. I would even still like to add another starting pitcher. A lot of people are saying that, but like I kind of like the Yankees starting pitching depth right now. Like, obviously you can never have too much starting pitching, but I think they're kind of chilling right now. I don't think they're in like desperate need for another starter. I would even still like to add another starting pitcher. Yeah, I guess. Is that the one I just read? I think it is. I thought it was like a new comment. I'm like, it looks like everyone kind of wants starting pitching. Gardner has better defense than Jock, but Jock has a better bat. I agree. Not gonna lie, you look like you play hockey. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I went to like one hockey game in my life. It was like Islanders Bruins. Had a solid time. I'm not a hockey fan. I could assume why you're gonna say that because of the hair. I get it. I like the hockey flow, I guess. Is like that's what they call it. I think it's cool. Whatever. I don't know if you guys remember, but like once we started like doing like these streams or like content or whatever, my hair was so short. I'm just gonna keep growing it. Whatever. Did you play baseball growing up? Yeah, I played baseball until high school, and then I stopped. Not good enough to play in college. Just like I'm not one of those people who's just like, like I stopped playing in college because like I got injured. Like no, I just wasn't that good. Like I was good, I was decent for like high school level, but bro, college is a different animal, completely different animal. Since when did Pudge Rodriguez take steroids? He was rumored. I think he was in like one of those reports or something. Same thing with Piazza or whatever. Honestly, the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry died in 2004 when the Red Sox broke the curse. No offense, the Red Sox won 4 titles in 14 years. The Yankees only won 1. I agree. The Red Sox have dominated the rivalry in the past 15 years, without a doubt. The Red Sox won 2004, 2007, 2013, 2018. Yankees only got 2009 under their belt. So yeah. Dark horse Eddie Rosario? Yeah. Eddie Rosario is an option. I would love Eddie Rosario. If we had to pick right now, Eddie Rosario or Brett Gardner, who you guys taking? Because I'm taking Rosario over Brett. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Pat, no, actually, I saw all over Tanaka-san in Japan. Okay. All right, CJ. I believe you. Pudge was jacked up with the Texas players, Canseco, Palmeiro, etc. They came back 170 after testing started. Yeah, Pudge was a little sus. Not gonna lie. I saw him vent. Since Bauer wants to pitch every 4 games, do you think he would be able to do that with the Mets since they would have a stacked rotation? I think that if he does sign there, they're going to let him do whatever he wants. Just because the Mets are going to be a fun team too, so they're just going to let Bauer like have as much fun as he wants. And if he wants to pitch every 4 days, they'll let him pitch every 4 days regardless of how stacked the rotation is. Rosario, Eddie over Brett. Do you remember when A-Rod came back from the second time he got caught with the Reds and Red Sox started brawl? Yes, with Ryan Dempster, right? Because Dempster threw behind A-Rod like twice or something. Yeah. Stop giving fake news. Do you think Kyle Hendricks is still an option? Sure. I think at this point though, it would be much more likely to happen at the trade deadline than this offseason. Just saying. George, how we doing tonight, my man? Came in at the tail end of things here, but maybe I'll go live on Twitch after this. Maybe we'll see. Chat, let me know if you guys want me to do a Twitch stream after we wrap things up here. I didn't stream Twitch yesterday, and I did 2 nights ago for a little bit, so maybe we'll hop back on tonight if you guys want me to. I don't think we're getting Eddie Rosario. Highly unlikely. I agree. I think Brett Gardner's the more likely option out of the 2 left-handed bats. Do you think this is the year Pettit makes the Hall? Probably not. Do we think Andy Pettit's a Hall of Famer? Really good pitcher. I don't know about Hall of Famer. When is the next trivia night? Trivia is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Same as usual. Facebook, YouTube. I am going to be competing tomorrow. You guys know that. I asked you guys last week if you want me to host or compete next week. You guys said compete. I hosted last week. It was a pretty fun-ass time. So, yeah, we're going to try to defeat Para this week and finally show him who's boss. Because honestly, like, the dude won 1 week, and, like, I wasn't even playing, and he thinks he's, like, hot shit now. So, Para, like, you're going down, bro. Just saying. Like, you had your 1 week of a spotlight. Now you're going down. If Bauer signs with the Mets, how do you think that will make DeGrom feel? If Bauer gets the bag, doesn't DeGrom have an opt-out? Listen, DeGrom's still going to be the number one. That's the bottom line. I mean, DeGrom is still a better pitcher than Bauer. Even if Bauer signs for, like, an astronomical type deal, DeGrom is still the number one there. I don't think he'll have an issue. I think he's just going to be happy that the Mets are going to be a competitive team, and he'll be able to go back to the World Series again. The only advantage that Brett Gardner has is his speed and his defense. Yeah, but also, like, Brett doesn't even use his speed anymore. Like, how many stolen bases does he typically have in a year nowadays? It seems like he's more concerned with, like, being a power bat than a speed guy. He had 3 stolen bases last year, 10 in all of 2019, 16 in all of 2018. So, like, we say speed, but, like, he doesn't really utilize it that often anymore. I never knew that the Yankees had Xavier Nady as the 2009 starting right fielder. I thought that was pretty interesting, too. That's why I made it a question last week on trivia. I could have sworn it was like Swisher or Matsui or somebody. I totally forgot Xavier Nady existed. I think Pettit's postseason resume should get him in. It's possible. But I don't think it'll happen. Bauer signing isn't even close, reported by Andy Martinez. Makes me feel a little bit better. Because, listen, if Bauer's going to be in New York, I want him to be with the Yankees. And if we can't have him, no one can, okay? No one can. Do you think Bauer will get close to 36 mil because he has 2 seasons on his career? I don't know. I don't know what Bauer's going to get. This is the most intriguing contract of the offseason. Because maybe he'll get what he's looking for, but maybe he won't. I'm assuming he will get close to what he's looking for, though. Will Bauer sign near spring training like Harper did with the Phils? Probably, because we know Bauer loves milking this. He's been milking it all offseason, so he's probably going to wait until like the last minute. Bauer, Cole, who's worth more? Easily Cole. Cole just has a longer track record. But going into the future, I think it's up in the air. It all depends. It all depends on how the whole Pine Tar cheating scandal thing works out, too. Steven Matt's going to the Blue Jays. Yeah, Damien. We addressed that a little bit ago. But we are approaching the 1 hour mark here. I guess I will be going live on Twitch momentarily. Let me just pop that up here. For those of you who don't know our Twitch, it is twitch.tv/Unhinged New York. I guess I'll hop on there. Do something you guys want me to do. I don't know. Maybe we'll play like GTA. Maybe we'll just watch YouTube videos. Maybe I'll hit up the boys. We'll play Warzone or something. But yeah, I'll hop on there for a little bit tonight. Not sure how long we're going to do it for. But you guys know Twitch streams are always a good time. Appreciate everyone for sticking around tonight on Unhinged Talk Live. We got trivia tomorrow, 9 p.m. Stay tuned for that. Darren O'Day's a Yankee. Hopefully we see some other moves happen soon. You guys know the deal. See you on Twitch in probably like 5 minutes. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Have a good night, everyone. Hope to see some of you on Twitch. Let's go.